Hey there, Clashers, welcome back. So we are back here with this Let's Play account, and we are just about done with Town Hall 4. So there's actually not a whole lot going on at this level, and my progress has been fairly slow with everything else that's been going on. Doing a lot of ESL and doing some Twitch streams and all that, so I should be a lot further ahead at this point than what I am, so I'm going to be working on this account a lot more. At this point in the game, Town Hall 4, there's not a lot going on. Things will get a lot more interesting at the next level, so once we bump this up to Town Hall 5, at that point we can start looking at some war attacks. We can look at Giant Healer, so that'll be an army that we can work with. At that point we can also work on some base designs. But for Town Hall 4, we really can't do much with that. I mean, as far as war attacks go, you're going to probably use giants with archers or something like that. I'm actually not even using this account in war. Not a whole lot of point quite yet. I do have offense about done. My army camps are done. So getting into upgrade priority for when you get to the Town Hall 4 level. What I would say is focus on your resources. I think I said this for Town Hall 3 as well, which is true. But focus on your resources, your storages and collectors. But also focus on your offense. So get your army camps maxed out. Get your barracks maxed out. So that one's a level 6. That's as high as they go at this level. And then I've still got to finish up those ones. My camps are done. They go up to level 4. And then my laboratory is actually about done. So at Town Hall 4 you do not have a lot of laboratory work. I think giants, balloons, and wall breakers was all I got for this level. Which is kind of disappointing. I wanted to get those goblins up to level 3. As you can see, that's what's in my camps, and that's all I used to farm for a little while. We might look at some other farming armies at Town Hall 5. I know for sure at Town Hall 7 we will be switching it up. But Town Hall 5 and 6, it will probably still be goblins. We might use some other things there. We'll see when we get to that point. But for upgrade priority, you also... well, you don't really need to focus on more than that. You can see I've done some walls as well. None of my walls are maxed aside from a few pieces. It looks kind of funny, but what I'm doing here is I just select the whole row and then upgrade. So the ones on the ends get double upgraded that way. But I've done some of that. Once I'm done with offense and I'm done with at least most of my resources, I might not even finish those. I'm going to go ahead and go up to the Town Hall 5, so I will probably be doing that later today or tomorrow. Defenses you don't need to worry about. Like I said, at this point there's not a whole lot going on. You want to get yourself up to the Town Hall 5 a bit more quicker. So once we get to Town Hall 5, yes, this account would be considered rushed. But we can start to unrush the account at Town Hall 5. We'll take a little more time there. We'll have a lot more to actually look at and mess around with. So while we're doing that, we will have the offense getting to max, resources getting to max, and we'll also start getting some upgrades on these defenses. You can see I've still got these baby cannons. All the defenses really do for you at this point is protect your resources, but you can still count on being tripled quite a bit in multiplayer, so don't worry about it too much. Also, in the last video I was talking about looking for a clan, and I got a lot of responses in the Clash of Clans Discord server. So all I did in there was post that I was looking for a clan, and I got messages from a lot of people. This is one of the clans that actually reached out to me, so I did spend a time in a couple of clans. Now I'm over here and they're putting up with me for the meantime. And so far I like it over here, and this is where I intend to stay at least. Well, I don't really plan on moving on unless I happen to get the boot, which is always possible. But yeah, these guys are great. We got some wars going on, it looks like, so we will get this account into war once I hit Town Hall 5. For now, we're also going to look at some of the... basically, what am I doing for farming? So at this level, I've already talked about the upgrade priority, the upgrade order. You want to get your offense maxed out, get your resources at least close to maxed out. You definitely want to max your storages. If you can get your collectors and stuff maxed out, that's a very helpful thing to have to get your resources going. But ultimately, most of your resources are going to come from farming. So we will take a look at what am I looking for when I'm farming and how am I using the goblins. So let's go ahead and jump into an attack. So right off the bat, we found a pretty decent base here. The mortar is a bit tricky. This base has all the resources outside the wall, so that makes things really easy for the goblins. I do have balloons in the CC if I want to use them. In this case, I don't think I'm going to bother. I do look for bases that are at least 10,000 for Town Hall 4, so you might have to click through a few bases. I usually don't find one right off the bat, so we did get a little bit lucky here. So we're going to go ahead and start. Basically, I just sprinkle in the goblins, target the resources. Well, they go directly to the resources, but target them into where you want them to go, and then just send them in a little at a time. You don't want to send them in big groups because the mortar, some of these bases might have a wizard tower. They can take all of your goblins out in one hit. So we got all those resources around the outside. We got a little bit left over here, and then some in the clan castle as well. And we have 22 goblins left. So we'll see what we can get over here. And it looks like we can directly hit the town hall now too, because they opened up that wall over there. So we'll see if we can get that CC to go down, because it does have some loot in it. But I think there's more loot in the clan castle, so we are going to try and get that. So we got one hit from the mortar, but the next shot is going to take down the goblins. We will not get the town hall, but we still get a pretty good bit of loot. Don't worry about your trophies. Again, I mentioned that in the last video. Trophies are not a big deal. I got almost 10,000 of each. That's pretty good for the raids at this level. And now we've got another batch of goblins ready to go. I'm going to back train one more army, and then we'll jump in again, see how long it takes to find a decent base like that one. Wow, so the first match right off the bat is great. This is way above the 10,000 level that I set. So, and we see there are holes in the base, so we can drop goblins right into those squares. But I'm looking right now. The resource we need the most is, well, we need both really, and we'll be using gold before too long to level up, so I'm not going to target any one of those specifically right now. Because the defenses are such a high level, I am going to go ahead and use my balloons out of the clan castle. So I hang on to those until I find a base like this where I can get a lot more value by dropping them in. That level mortar right there would one-shot the goblins easily. So we got the balloons going in. We're going to go ahead and just start sprinkling in the goblins. And we do have a wizard tower up here, but that's not a problem because it's actually outside of the range of those resources. So no big deal there on the wizard tower. Let's go ahead and... So you have to hit the red area to find the holes in the base again. So if you click anywhere, they'll show right back up, and then you can drop some goblins in there. Alright, I still got 25 goblins. I should be able to get pretty much all of this loot. They should be able to get that collector down. Any other holes up here? Just these. So that's actually not ideal. You don't really need them going to the clan castle. But the clan castle is down. Alright, we still have 16 goblins. There's still a good bit of loot too. Let's go ahead and just spam the rest of them in from the top here. So that's all of the goblins. They shouldn't have any trouble getting those storages down. Is that where all of the loot is at? Yeah, that's the only spots left they could be. So we got all of the loot off of this base, and that was a really big haul. As you can see, my storages are filling up quite a bit. So yeah, a couple of great hits there. If you want to raise your personal minimum from 10,000 to something else, I'm sure you can find bases that have more than 10,000 gold or 10,000 elixir. 10,000 is just the threshold that I look for. Obviously that base was a whale, and the way it was set up made it really easy to get the loot. Sometimes you'll see bases like that that are completely loaded, but they actually have a decent base design and it's really hard to get the loot, so I would still pass on it if I thought I wasn't going to be able to get enough out of it. But I think that's going to be it for this video. I know this is a really short one, but I wanted to make sure I got something up for Town Hall 4, and we will get scooting on in to Town Hall 5 here really soon, and then we can get some much more interesting videos up in this series. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you are new to Clash of Clans and you have questions about any of these Town Hall levels, especially Town Hall 4 right now, go ahead and ask them down there in the comments, and I will answer whatever burning questions you might have. And of course, if you want to follow along with this series, be sure to click that subscribe button. Things will get much more interesting as we move along. I've got some great plans, especially for the Town Hall 7 and up areas. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you all next time.